So I wanted to talk about what real life rewards are when I'm training people or doing some of my working with people on puppy training or dog training. When I talk about certain behaviors that we're working on, I will, part of their homework will be incorporating that behavior into real life, of course, because that's what the whole process will be, is incorporating into real life. And we talk about real life rewards. Real life rewards are having them do a sit stay for their food. Their food is their reward for doing the behavior. So um, we don't want to give them something what we call free, I guess. We want them to kind of earn it. And so if they do a sit stay when you're in the training process, which will then do a behavior that they'll do for the lifetime as they learn to do this, they'll automatically go into a sit stay. And then you won't have to go through the process of making them do it. They'll just learn that this is what they need to do. The more you train them to do this, the more they'll learn that this is the behavior that I need to do, and it makes your life easier and less chaotic. You can also make them do a sit stay before you go outside for your walks. Most dogs love to do those walks. So you have them do the sit stay to go on their harness or the leashes. I mean, if your dogs are anything like my dogs, as soon as they see, it's like they know how to tell time. And when they start to see me getting up to go to the basement, they're like, okay, we're going for a walk. And so they know. And so they're just like running around. Jackson is like trained. He's in a sit and he's ready to go. And so he already knows. Mojo, we're still working on it. So she's still new to the pack. She's got, but she's learning it. She's got to do a little game that she's got to do. But they get trained into, this is what we get to do. This is what we have to do because this is what my reward is going to be. I'm going out. I'm going to be doing my walk that I love to do so much. So this is behavior that they're going to learn. And it makes your life easier when you're going out. It's not always easy. It's not a quick thing that happens. But the more that you practice this, just like with anything else, the more they learn it. And so this is another real life reward. Or crate training. If you're doing crate training to make them enjoy doing the crate training, you could feed them in their crate. A lot of people, when they have a puppy, they will feed their dog in the crate to make the crate more enjoyable. And so then when you're going to put them in the crate, you don't have as tough a time as making them go into it. You want their crate to be a safe space. Feeding them and making their crate a comfortable place is something to make it enjoyable. And so for the lifetime of that, you're going to have this dog for 10 plus years. And so every day when you go to leave or when you go to bed, if you have them sleep in the crate, you want them to willingly go in there. Or if you're going to be eating and you want them to go into their crate and not bother you while you're eating, this is something you want to be enjoyable. So the more you practice that, this is a safe space. This is an enjoyable space. The more you get them used to this, and so you're practicing. This is a real life reward. So you're going to get fed. You go in your crate, and so this is what you want. And so you can also use the behavior touch. When you're playing, touch is a great, and I know I've showed you there's videos on my site about touch. There's so many different ways you can use touch, and you can practice this behavior and train this behavior with your dog with their toys. They love their toys, and so when you're using, you don't have to do the treats anymore. You can use their toys and have them do it. When they're jumping up and touching, you can alternate getting their toys, because or when you're going side to side, rather than giving them a treat, you give them their toy. Because the more you get them used to this touch, the more it's going to be easier to get them into the car or get them off the couch when you want them out of your spot, or when you want them to go somewhere else. I mean, that's the whole point of using touch. So they're going to learn this behavior and they're going to associate it with something positive. That's what they want, but this is a real life reward. And drop it. Drop it is another important behavior. I mean, how many times do you, when you're walking, do you see them sniffing something, a piece of garbage, and they pick it up? You want them to drop it. And so, you know, the more you're, you know, implementing this in with real life rewards, you're teaching them this behavior that you're going to be using in real life situations. So these are some examples of real life rewards. How you can utilize these real life, these behaviors that you're going to be utilizing. You know, a lot of times we'll use sit stay, but it's not just sit stay. You've got leave it, you've got drop it, you've got touch, you've got you know, crate training. There's so many different things. So I just hope, and I'll put in my website um, for you to contact me if you have any other questions about this. Because I always forget this is a this is a good way to do it. On real life, I wish this is where it's good to have an assistant doing this, and because I'm not very good at this. So anyway, but I hope that you guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to help you and just kind of give you examples on how to help you and your dog to make the training more efficient and more enjoyable. My dogs are going crazy right now, so that means they have to go outside. And no, all right, gotta go. Bye.